Hi everyone. I am going to be doing the 17 questions tag that I believe Blair Fowler made up. Juicy Star oh 07. I believe that is who came up with this. So it's just 17 kind of random questions, and yeah, I'm gonna jump into it. If you hear some like crazy jingling, I'm dog sitting and the dog is very jealous because the cat jumped up to sit next to me. And so if you hear that jingling, she was just being very aggressive with one of her toys. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up if you hear that. And I'll try and talk louder so you won't hear it, but we'll see. Okay. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Number one, how did you get your YouTube username? My YouTube username is Alethea Blabs. I decided I wanted to start vlogging, and I was like, my name's Alethea. I'll be talking because that's what vlogs are. So Alethea Blabs. Okay, good. So that's kind of, I don't know. It was pretty simple. There was nothing behind it. Number two, if you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? I think I have a unique name. I've never met anyone with the same name as me, and I used to hate it because no one could ever pronounce it correctly on the first try, and no one ever remembers it because it's hard. But now I would definitely never ever think about changing my name. I love it. I think it suits me completely, and I have no desire whatsoever to change it. So I would not change my name. Number three, if you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would it be and why? I probably wouldn't give myself advice just because I know what kind of kid I was, and I wouldn't listen to it. I would be like, yeah, I don't care if you're my future self. I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, I wasn't like a bad kid or anything. I just always thought I was right. And even if I knew you were right, I would make an argument as to why you were wrong because I was right. So I probably wouldn't listen to my younger self or my older self if I was young. So I probably wouldn't even try just because I know my response to it. Let's see. Number four, how old were you when you first learned to blow a bubblegum bubble? I believe I was 5 because we took road trips to New York every year when I was younger. And my aunt lives in upstate New York. And I believe, no, I believe the first one that I'm like remembering, I was about 5. And we drive through the mountains, and the elevation made my ears pop. So my mom always had bubble gum for us. And yeah, so I think I taught myself, or my dad taught me on one of those road trips. Because I know when I was 6, we went to Ireland, and I got to chew bubble gum on the plane as well for my ears popping. And I knew how to blow a bubble then. So that was when I was 6. So I think the road trip was when I was 5. Okay. Number 5, what did you want to be when you were little? I wanted to be a lawyer because, like I said, when I was younger, and why I wouldn't give myself advice was because I would always come up with an argument as to why I was right and you were wrong. And my parents were like, oh, Alethea, you should just be a lawyer because this is just, they would always get like frustrated with it. But they were like, yeah, you should be a lawyer if this is how much you love to argue. And I kind of took that to heart when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to be. I don't want to be a lawyer anymore, but when I was younger, that was like my thing. Most people want to be like ballerinas. I wanted to be a lawyer. And I never understood my friends wanting to be like dancers or like, I don't know, things. I was just like, no, I want to be a lawyer. So that, yeah. Number 6, what do you order at Starbucks? I personally hate Starbucks coffee. I think it always tastes burnt and it's gross. I love coffee. I just hate Starbucks coffee. So when I'm there, because I have friends who don't taste the difference. I do, but I have friends who don't taste the difference and would prefer to go to Starbucks than somewhere else. So in that case, depending on the time of year, if it is warm, I will always go for a shaken iced tea lemonade with passion tea. I think that is delicious. I think they have great tea. So I always get passion tea shaken iced tea lemonade. it's such a mouthful, but shaken iced tea lemonade with passion tea. And that's what I got. If it is cold and I cannot get a cold drink, I usually go for a chai tea latte. And I also get chai tea sometimes, like an iced chai tea in the summer too, depending on my mood. But yeah, those are kind of my two drinks at Starbucks because I try to avoid their coffee. Number 7, what is the hardest you have laughed? This is a really hard question because that's cat. Because I laugh really hard all the time, and I have a lot of memories of laughing, and it's hard to kind of pick one. I have the two moments that are popping into my head. I'll explain. So one, in middle school, I still have a loud laugh, but in middle school is kind of when it came out and everyone realized that I had this really loud laugh, and I could be heard in like the halls and downstairs or upstairs wherever I wasn't. You could still hear me laughing. So I have a really loud laugh. It could travel through my entire school, and then so. Sorry. So I had a really, really hilarious science teacher in 7th and 8th grade. And this happened in 7th grade. And this was the first year I had him. And I thought he was like the funniest person. And anything he could say would make me laugh. Like I could sit and be crying, laughing so hard. And then this one day, I don't know if he got just fed up or just wanted to see the limits as to what he could make me laugh, or like how much he could get away with saying without like getting me to stop or something. I don't know what his plan was, but one day he made me laugh and I could not stop laughing. I was laughing so hard and I was crying. Like I was dying. And he just kind of got really close to my face and was like, dead babies, dead babies. And I do not find dead babies funny at all, but the way that he was going about it, I just thought was so funny. And I couldn't stop laughing. And I was just like, I laughed for like 20 minutes. It was so funny. And so that's one moment that sticks out in my head. And then another one is at work. In the summer, I'm a lifeguard, and it's a 40-person staff. There's 40 of us that are guards. And, with 40 people, kind of an age range and very different personality types, it is hard to get along with everyone you work with. So there's probably like 8 people that I just don't like. And one night I was working with all of them except for one, and he was like my best friend at the time. So we were working together, and then everyone else we didn't like was working. So it was just us two sitting together, and for whatever reason, we had like plastic forks, and we broke the prongs off of them, and we started throwing them at each other. And this sounds so stupid talking about it, but it was the funniest thing ever because no one had any idea what was going on, and everyone was just like, what are you guys doing? And instead of talking to them, because we were like, I don't even like you, like, why am I going to respond to you? We were just sitting and throwing fork prongs at each other, and we thought it was the funniest thing ever. And that's something you usually would do for like 5 minutes, maybe even like less than that. But for us, this throwing thing lasted like 20 minutes. And we just thought it was the funniest thing. And I that's probably the most recent, like I had never laughed that hard, or like I have, but since then it's just like that's probably the last time that I was just like absolutely dying, and I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Let's see. If you could play any musical instrument, what would it be and why? I would probably play guitar or piano, but I feel like I would only play guitar if I could learn how to sing. And I mean, I don't have like a terrible singing voice, but it's not one where I could like perform with. So I feel like I would probably play piano because then people could be like impressed with my piano skills, rather than like wanting to hear a full song when you hear the guitar. Because I feel like sometimes someone will be like just like noodling on a guitar and like, just chilling, and then you want them to sing to go along with whatever they're playing, but they don't. And I find that aggravating. So I wouldn't want to be that person. So I'd probably play piano. What's your favorite thing to do when you're upset? This varies based on the season. If it's warm out, I will definitely go to the playground and I will swing. I think swings are probably one of the most therapeutic things on earth. I absolutely love swinging. So that is what I do. I like to go on swings and just enjoy life that way. I think it's so nice. And then if it's cold, I'll usually go to a coffee shop, get my favorite drink, and then sit on one of the comfy chairs and just read a book for a few hours and kind of get engulfed in someone else's life. Because that's kind of, I don't know, that's what I do. What is your favorite movie? This is just too hard to answer. I absolutely love movies. It would probably be easier for me to answer movies I don't like my least favorite movie. Actually, that's pretty hard too because there's a lot of movies that I hated. But yeah, I just love movies too much. Probably the best movie that I enjoyed lately was, oh my God, this is, oh, Get Him to the Greek is, I was falling over laughing. I love Russell Brand so much. He is like, I think the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life. I've never met him, but the funniest person I've ever watched in my entire life. I find him hilarious. So almost anything with him, I love. Let's see. What is one food you cannot live without? Rice, sticky rice. I don't like loose rice that's separated. I don't know. I like sticky rice. So we usually buy Japanese rice. So I like that. And I have that for dinner. I mean, not just rice, but dinner usually has rice on the side or part of the main dish. So rice. What is your favorite dessert? Cheesecake. I love cheesecake. What can I say? Cheesecake's the best. That's all I can say. Yes. Okay. What is your favorite pizza topping? Green peppers or onions. I like those two items. And then if not on the same pizza, I also like pineapple. I don't like those all together, but I like pineapple if green pepper and onion isn't available. And if none of that's available and the options are like pepperoni or cheese. Would you rather have the superpower to read minds or the superpower to be invisible? I like the thought that everyone's thoughts are private. I don't think I would want someone to be able to read my mind, so I don't think I would want to do that because I feel like it's just really intrusive. So I don't know what I would do if I was invisible, but I would probably prefer to be invisible. What did you do for your last birthday? I went out to eat with my family, and then that's what I did for dinner. We always go out for dinner. And then earlier in the day, I went over to my best friend's house and she made me dinner. She made me like a really good baked French toast and like really spicy hash browns and bacon. And she went all out. She's a like breakfast connoisseur. Like she made really good breakfast. And then after that, I went and got my rook pierced. I don't know if you guys, but this little, like, it's a black one right here. I don't know. I can't see what I'm pointing to, but I hope you can see it. But yeah, I went and got my rook pierced for my 20th birthday. So that is what I did. If you had one personal selfish wish, what would it be and why? I would probably want my hair to be able to grow super, super fast because I have an irrational fear of haircuts. I haven't gotten my hair cut in 5 years because the last time the lady cut it too short and she took all my hair, and I am still convinced, like, my hair is to my butt and I'm still convinced that I have short hair. So that's like, I don't know, it like broke my heart when she stole all my hair. So if I could have one personal wish, it would be to have my hair grow super, super fast. So if I wanted to get a haircut and it was bad, it would just grow right out and I could try again. Ooh. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's would be my personal wish. And then number 17, what does OMG HHKP mean to you? Nothing, but I think it's just a fun way of saying OMG. So OMG HHKP. Yeah, it has a really nice ring to it. But yeah, that is all I have. That is the 17 questions tag. So I hope you all